Hi and welcome to Inside South Florida. I'm Dave Azer. On today's show, a super cool spot for food and ambiance. We'll take you out to lunch. Plus, unleashing your inner rock star at Plug-In Karaoke in Gulfstream Park. A look at virtual reality in the business world, salmon and sushi from Komodo and Brickell, and with the Dolphins just kicking training camp off, we break down some position battles. But first, Jake T. Austin is the voice of Alex in the Emoji Movie. Melissa had a chance to chat him up.
Welcome to the world inside your phone, where everyone is expected to act one way their whole life.
Aw, snap! Ow.
My name is Gene, and I'm supposed to be a meh. You know, like, meh, who cares? But my problem is, I have more than one emotion.
Check this out.
Son, please tell me you weren't laughing just now.
The Emoji Movie unlocks the never-before-seen secret world inside your smartphone. And hidden within the messaging app is Textopolis, a bustling city where all your favorite emojis live. Now in this world, each emoji has only one facial expression, except for Gene.
What's he doing?
He's making the wrong face!
Determined to become normal like the other emojis, Gene enlists the help of his hand-best friend High Five and the notorious codebreaker emoji Jailbreak. Together, they embark on an epic app venture through the apps on the phone to find the code that will fix Gene.
I'm gonna help you. We need to get off the phone and find the source code.
Then I can fit in.
Let's roll!
Best known for his role in Disney's Wizards of Waverly Place, Jake T. Austin plays a non-emoji character named Alex. And he tells us more about his character.
In the movie, I play Alex, who's having a hard time telling the girl that he really likes that he likes her. So he has some help from the emojis in his smartphone. But he doesn't know that these emojis live in a world of Textopolis, and if he goes and gets his phone fixed like he wants to, they'll be deleted forever. So the emojis try to help Alex express himself, but the message of the movie is, you know, you shouldn't always depend on your phone. Sometimes you just gotta be yourself, and being yourself is the best.
And can you relate to your character at all? Like, would you say you're an emoji kind of guy, or you just send a simple text message?
Yeah, just yeah.
Just, hey, what's up, period.
I mean, I like to use emojis like every day. I use emojis when I'm texting my friends, my family, and I just like, you know, I like sometimes not even to use words. Sometimes you can tell a whole story just with emojis, kind of like what the movie's doing.
The Emoji Movie has an incredible cast, including TJ Miller, James Corden, Patrick Stewart, Anna Faris, Sofia Vergara, and more.
I've always admired and been a fan of all these people in this movie, so now I'm getting to be a part of it. It's crazy. And you know, it's different than a lot of the stuff that I've done, you know, like the other series in my career and some other movies. But I love doing voiceover work because sometimes you really have to act more because nobody can see you. So you really have to use your voice to become the character.
Oh, I'm never eating another piece of candy ever again.
High five, don't do it. Don't you do it. It's already been in there once.
The Emoji Movie is out in South Florida theaters, and it's rated PG.
Thank you, Melissa and Jake, from acting to singing like a rock star. Here's a place to jam out to some karaoke in our SoFlo seat. There's a new karaoke spot in town, and this place is legit. Plug-In Karaoke at Gulfstream Park has 18 private rooms, so you can unleash your inner rock star on a date or with a ton of friends. And it doesn't even matter if you can carry a tune. They'll let anyone sing here.
Nothing compares. If you think of going out to dinner, sitting around a table with 20 people, or going to the movies or anything else, I mean, you come here and nothing ever will compare.
Each of Plug-In's 18 rooms has a different theme and different lighting options to help set the mood. Plus, they've got over 30,000 songs to choose from, so your favorite jam is bound to be on the playlist. You can bring your guitar if you want, or rent one here. There are 4 mics in each room, perfect for sing-alongs, and you get your very own server to keep you fed and hydrated.
We have so many healthy options, anything from Brussels sprouts to Asian delight salad, beef sliders. It's just endless options. Anyone can find anything here. We have the drinks, full bar. The mojito is one of our favorites. People seem to not get enough of it.
The rooms are all different sizes, accommodating anywhere from 4 people to 150 people. No matter what room you're in, you can keep on singing into the wee hours. Plug-in opens at 4 p.m. and doesn't close until 2 a.m., 4 a.m. on the weekends. Plug-in is perfect for birthday parties, corporate events, and more. You can even buy your very own gold mic and get your name engraved on it so you feel like a rock star every time you come sing here. For more information, call 1-844-PLUG-IN or go to the website pluginkaraoke.com. I'm Dave. That's your SoFlo scene. I'm going to go rock out. If you want to be my lover, you have got to give. That's right. I was singing Spice Girls. Now the Dolphins have kicked off training camp, and here's a look at some of the biggest position battles and intriguing storylines on the team from the cheap seats. Let's start on offense with the man responsible for captaining the ship, quarterback Ryan Tannehill. Under new head coach Adam Gase, Tannehill enjoyed his best season ever in 2016. He completed over 67% of his passes, had a passer rating of 93.5%, and threw 19 touchdowns in 13 games. But he sprained his ACL and MCL against Arizona late last season, and the big question with Tannehill right now isn't ability, it's agility. Can he still move around outside the pocket as well as he used to? Speaking of which, let's talk about the guys protecting Tannehill. Laramie Tunsil was the team's first-round pick last year and primarily played left guard. This season, with Brandon Albert gone, Tunsil's moving over to left tackle, the most important position on the line. How he fares will be crucial. Also of interest, the health of center Mike Pouncey. He underwent a stem cell procedure on his injured hip in the offseason after suffering a season-ending injury last year. In fact, he played in a career-low 5 games in 2016, but when he did play, running back Jay Ajayi thrived, racking up 2 200-yard games in that time. On to defense, where the team has a new coordinator in Matt Burke. And his first task is to improve a run defense that finished 30th in the league last year. And since there are only 32 teams, that isn't very good. One guy who might help is defensive end Charles Harris, who the Dolphins selected in the first round of the 2017 draft. He's known for being a pass rushing specialist, but how well he stops the run could determine how much he plays. The Fins already boast a healthy pass rush, with Cameron Wake and Ndamukong Suh both coming off Pro Bowl seasons, and Andre Branch, who registered 5.5 sacks in 2016. On to the secondary. Strong safety Rashad Jones is back after injuring his shoulder and only playing 6 games last year. That'll be a welcome sight. A couple of new guys to keep your eyes on are cornerback Cordrea Tankersley, the team's 3rd-round draft pick this season, and free safety Nate Allen, a free agent signee from Oakland who figures to crack the starting lineup. And that's an early look at your 2017 Dolphins from the cheap seats. Still to come on Inside South Florida. Melissa takes us out to lunch to one of the trendiest spots in town. Plus, we'll meet a South Floridian competing for the title of the world's fittest man, and we'll examine the role of virtual reality in the business world. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Inside South Florida. Melissa Marrero went to one of the hottest spots in town for great food, great ambiance, and great people watching. Here it is in our SoFlo scene.
Lighting up the Miami Design District with pastel colors on the walls, OTL is the perfect laid-back hangout spot. And that's exactly what the king of Miami nightlife, David Grutman, wanted to create.
I love coffee and I love fresh food and stuff like that, and I love the Miami Design District. So for me, it was an area of Miami that I really haven't touched yet. So I really wanted to come in and do something special in the Miami Design District.
From opening up Live, one of the most successful nightclubs in the nation, to opening up a coffee shop, David, developer Craig Robbins, and the team behind New York City's popular restaurant The Smile wanted to bring a place to Miami where everyone is welcome.
So you know what's so cool about OTL is I'm here hanging out all day, my friends are hanging out here all day, and you never know who's going to roll through. There's always celebrities and models and artists and great people. I mean, it's just a great place to hang out during the day. And at OTL, we're inclusive and not exclusive, so that's a really cool situation.
The two-story, 7,000 square foot restaurant serves up a concise menu of cafe fare with vegan and gluten-free options. The menu is divided into 3 categories: breakfast, sandwiches, and salads.
My favorite dish at OTL is our Super Seed Butter Toast. It's delicious Super Seed. It's mostly macadamia nut. We put some sea salt, blueberries, and some lemon zest on top of Zach the Baker's bread. It's unbelievable.
Besides coffee, OTL offers a variety of drinks on their menu, including matcha, craft beers, and if you're into tea,
we also have kombucha on tap, which for Miami is super unusual. You can come and get your kombucha fix and your beer fix. It's great.
Thanks, Melissa. The CrossFit Games go down August 3rd through the 6th in Wisconsin, and a South Floridian is competing for the title of the world's fittest man. Let's get to know him. Noah Olson is a workout warrior and a beast, and we got front row seats to watch him train at Peak 360 Fitness in Miami as he prepares for the upcoming CrossFit Games. Noah's had quite the journey to reach the games. The first round of competition featured over 350,000 people. He advanced and moved on to the regionals, dominated those, and now he's headed to Wisconsin to take on the world.
When I first started CrossFit, it was just to get a really great workout in and have fun and beat everybody in the class. And then it turned into, okay, now I want to qualify for regionals. And once I qualified for regionals, it was next step to qualify for the games. And once you qualify for the CrossFit Games, that's kind of the ultimate competing grounds in CrossFit. It kind of then turns into, okay, now I want to win the CrossFit Games, and I have yet to attain that goal.
As the games get closer, Noah's preparation is getting more intense. He even recruits his dog Max to help him with some squats. With the finish line in sight, Noah's giving it his all.
So right now I'm in a pretty tough stretch where I'm just kind of putting on the final touches, and then I'm heading out to Madison, Wisconsin, get acclimated, do some stuff outdoors there, and that will kind of be the beginning of the taper, so I go into the games feeling really good.
And if he wins the individual men's competition and takes home the $285,000 in prize money, plus the title of the fittest man on earth, Noah knows it will be unlike anything he's ever experienced.
It's hard to describe what that would mean because hours and hours a day over years of just putting in the work in here to all pay off with like reaching that ultimate goal. I can't imagine how it would feel yet, but I imagine pretty amazing.
If you're inspired by Noah and want to follow in his footsteps, he says you just have to believe.
I think if there's anybody out there that thinks it's impossible for them to make it to the biggest and highest level in any sport or business endeavor, that it's definitely possible if you go all in and chase it with everything you've got.
Good luck, Noah. We hope you have a fantastic CrossFit Games and bring the title of the fittest man on earth to South Florida. We're all rooting for Noah. All right, virtual reality holds big promises, but so far it's been slow to catch on. Rich DeMuro examines why in our tech report.
Virtual reality is going to be a big business, at least that's what a lot of people think. So what's it going to take for VR to go mainstream? Today I'm talking to 3 people who create virtual reality content to find out.
Palm Springs, a classic California getaway, and home to Short Fest, one of the largest short film festivals. Recently, I hosted a panel on the future of virtual reality with 3 professionals creating content in this cutting-edge format.
I made a 360 where you're floating in between the planet and the rings, and you see the spacecraft diving through the rings.
Sasha Samoshina works at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. She's using VR to put everyday people into space with images captured by NASA.
I do think it's one of the best things to do with VR right now, because that's the one thing that most people want to do, is float in space.
Well, unless it's like that opening scene in Gravity. Ian Forrester is co-founder of VR Playhouse, a studio that's created VR experiences for Jack in the Box
You don't got brunch and you don't got Jack.
And Fashion Week.
It's still settling.
The equipment to consume VR is still evolving, which might make consumers hesitant to buy.
If you're looking for that one VR thing that you're going to get, and it's going to be like the phone you have for 3 years, like that doesn't exist yet.
James Kalin is a director at VR studio Weaver.
You're going to be able to edit the world around you in a very powerful way.
He believes the tech could really take off when VR editing software is as easy to use as Instagram.
Who knows what it's going to turn into, but it's it's going to be crazy.
Now, if you'd like to try one of the most basic applications of virtual reality, just open up the YouTube app on your smartphone, search for a 360 video, then while you watch, kind of move your phone around to explore. It's pretty cool. I'll put a link to a sample video on my website. It is richontech.tv. I'm Rich DeMuro, you're Tech Smart.
Thank you, Rich. Nothing virtual about the experience you'll get at Komodo in Brickell. Melissa has a look in our Foodie Fix.
What I love about Komodo is that it brings this really exciting dining experience. So there's a lot of energy in the room, and it's just a really great place to catch up with friends.
Owned by nightlife guru David Grutman, Komodo brings Asian fusion to the heart of Brickell. The upscale restaurant will make you feel like you're on the islands of Komodo in Southeast Asia, but with, of course, a touch of South Florida. When you walk in, the first thing you'll see is a room of hanging ducks and a special wood-fired oven to get the skin just right. Speaking of food, let's get to the fun part. Executive Chef Benjamin Goldman shows us how he whips up some of his favorites.
So the first dish that we made was the cod dumplings. It starts with a mixture almost like a classic bechamel, and we soak a lot of the salinity out of the cod itself because it's cured. And after we make it, we roll it into a Shanghai wonton wrapper. We boil them and then sear them. We sear them and we add a little cornstarch mixture to the bottom, and what that does is creates a really beautiful lattice work of a texture. Plate it and you get that really nice crunchy texture with that salt cod. The sauce on top is a blood orange gastrique. It adds a sweetness component to it and a little acidity, which kind of cuts through all of that fat. The second dish we made is a very simple dish. What we do is we sear our salmon and we slice it really thin into 6 slices, and then we plate it and we use a trunny huffle, almost like a vinaigrette, like a sauce, and it adds a really nice sweetness and a truffle essence to the flavor. On top, we garnish it with a little bit of scallion and fresh shaved truffles.
Stepping out of the kitchen, Komodo also has a wide selection of cocktails on their menu. Head bartender Michael Yoder shows us how he makes one of their specialty drinks involving edamame.
Sake your edamame. It's made with a nigiri puree, which is basically some edamame puree. We use a Stoli Elite. We use a little bit of fresh lime juice, fresh lemon juice, a little bit of simple syrup, and then we finish it with some sake as well.
Thank you, Melissa. Still to come on Inside South Florida. Meet a breast cancer survivor making a huge impact in our community, and delicious raw is good for you and tastes really good too. We'll tell you why it's a great place to eat before or after a workout. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Inside South Florida. Natalia Munoz is a breast cancer survivor and an integral part of Miami's Warriors in Pink program. Melissa Marrero chats with this local hero.
Thanks, Dave, and thank you, Natalia, for stopping by.
Thank you, Melissa.
Natalia is a breast cancer survivor, so we're going to talk about a couple of things today, but first I want to hear your story. Tell us your story.
Well, I was diagnosed with triple-negative breast cancer when I was 32 years old. I found a lump while breastfeeding my 6-month-old baby back then that was initially misdiagnosed as a clogged duct, but then I was diagnosed with cancer. I had to undergo chemo, radiation. I had a bilateral mastectomy because I found I also carry the BRCA1 gene that makes me prone to breast and ovarian cancer. So, you know, I had treatment, which was kind of rough, but thankfully I had a little baby to help me see through. That was over 8 years ago. My baby is 9 now.
Oh, wow.
So I've been blessed with, you know, being able to watch him grow up. I had another child 4.5 years ago, which was a blessing too, because I was told that chemotherapy may render me infertile. So that was a really nice blessing, a surprise in our lives. This another little guy, and well, I'm doing so far so good. And right now I'm a model of courage, trying to spread message.
And I'm so glad you're doing okay, Natalia.
Thank
so
you so much.
if you can tell us, what is the Ford's Warriors in Pink Breast Cancer Initiative?
Ford Corporation, the Warriors in Pink program, it's a program that Ford has to try to spread awareness for breast cancer. Awareness as to what the struggles for people facing breast cancer have, and as to how to help them out through their, you know, the patients and survivors and co-survivors.
And why have you chosen to serve as a model of courage in the campaign?
I really like the program because what they want to do is focus, as a model of courage, we focus on giving people more good days and spreading this awareness message, not as to just the existence of breast cancer, which I think we all are aware about, but more as after, look, these people are facing these struggles, and there are many ways that we can support them in their fight against breast cancer. And that's what, you know, Ford's program is about. So I think it's really nice how they wanted to create a ripple effect, how acts of kindness can, you know, generate more kindness in the world.
And there are a couple events coming up, if you can tell us a little bit about them.
They have a program this year that's the tour, the Model of Courage tour. What they're trying to do is create experiences for breast cancer survivors, co-survivors as well. So what are experiences? They are yoga classes, cooking classes, dance lessons. Here in Miami, that's kind of what we have right now going on. There's a paddleboard yoga class. There's some meditation events.
Wait, a paddleboard yoga class?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that next Saturday, and I don't know what it's about, but it sounds very fun.
So it sounds like yoga on a paddleboard.
Yeah.
Wow,
something like that.
Sounds interesting.
Right? So the
Sounds
idea
fun.
is that, yeah, survivors and caregivers can sign up at fordcares.com and to one of these programs. You know, they're on a like first come first served basis, but you apply for them. They're free, and the idea is to help give more good days to survivors and their caregivers.
Okay, and if you can let us know again, where can people get more information or tickets?
Sure, everything at fordcares.com. Their website has all the information. It's going to roll in initially in Florida, in South Florida, but they're also coming to Atlanta, Denver, Washington. It's going to be fun.
Okay, well, we're looking forward to it. Thank you so much for stopping by, Natalia.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Very inspirational. Now, food that tastes great and is great for you. Here is Fleming Madison, the co-founder and CEO of Delicious Raw. Fleming, good to see you. Welcome to our show.
Thank you very much.
All right, Delicious Raw, welcome to South Florida. It's open now down here. It's been open, since November in Davie?
Since November in Davie, and we are planning to open 2 more stores within the next year. So we'll be in Sunset Harbor in South Beach by the end of this year or the 4th quarter. And we are going to be in Aventura by the 1st quarter next year. So it's very, very exciting, and we've been super thrilled with the performance in Davie so far, so we're very happy.
That's wonderful. All right, so tell us about it. What sets it apart?
In 2013, when we started, there were a couple of cornerstones that we wanted to, build the company on. And first of all, when we call ourselves Delicious, it's intentional. We wanted to make sure that the drinks, at that point it was only drinks, were truly delicious. Not something you just had to be healthy, but
Right.
something that really stood out taste-wise and you could come back to every day. And we also wanted to be as transparent and as fresh as possible. So when you walk into our store, almost everything we do will be made out of fresh produce. It will be made in front of you and people will see what they get. So it's very, very fresh and authentic. And then we wanted to be an inclusive place, a place where anybody can go irrespective of their age, their gender, their fitness level. So that was kind of like the cornerstone, and just create this really, really nice, enjoyable place to go to where the quality and the visual part of it follows as well.
And tell us about the food.
Yeah, well, that's very exciting because we just launched a second iteration of our food menu, and that consists of some savory bowls where we've really added what I would call a high-end cuisine element into this. So we have plant-based food that has the element of high cuisine here. It's made to order, and we cover a range of themes from a vegan pad thai to a border fusion, which is a Tex-Mex version, and even a romesco bowl and a Buddha bowl. They all are made to order in our stores, and they all taste delicious.
So give me a couple of must-have items on the menu. I walk in, I'm thirsty, I'm hungry. What do I have to have?
I would say I personally really love to drink a rosam, which is a green juice with kale and celery and apple and parsley, etc. But we have juices that are in the sweeter category, which is very good for people that are new to this and just want to get started with that. And the same goes for the smoothies that we have on the menu. We have different protein contents and different type of food and going into that. So there's a huge segmentation on everything, but I think everything on the menu is really delicious.
And like you said earlier, it's good no matter kind of where you're at in your life, right? If you're going to a workout, if you're coming from a workout, if you've just started working out, if you don't even work out, right? A little something for everybody.
Yeah, I think that's part of it. It's not something you have to do every day. I'm extremely happy if we can get somebody to come once a week or even once a month. I mean, I think you do yourself a huge favor by adding these things to your diet. And I'm not a super healthy person all the time, and I think that's not the way life should be. You should be enjoying your life, but I think if you can have food that tastes great and you can add that to your diet, then it's a win-win for everyone.
All right, you're open in Davie, more locations to come. Give me the website, how people can find you guys.
www.delraw.com, and we are on Instagram and Facebook.
I love it. Well, Fleming, good to meet you, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, take care. Well, that's going to do it for our show this week. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember, you can catch brand new episodes of Inside South Florida Saturdays at noon and Sundays at 1:30. And you can follow us on social media at SFLCW. Have a great rest of your day, great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you soon.
Wardrobe provided by Lilac and Lilies.